Okay, cool. Hi. Today I'm going to share with you how you can profit with ease, even in this economy, right? Where I think I'm just starting, so I'm just going to start now. Welcome. Today I'm going to share with you how you can profit with ease with your energy, with your energetic field, when we are living in a world of bots, or in this bots economy, or where Frankenstein is actually um, controlling everything. So, this is a conversation on energy, on mastery. This is for people who know about energy fields. And even if you don't, stick around and watch the video until the end. Make sure that you follow me and that you look at the opportunity that I have below to help you really magnetize your energy field, recharge it, because ultimately there's a lot of panic, right? Uh, Regarding Frankenstein, because they're controlling everything. And if you pay attention to it, you know that a lot of big time companies are creating a lot of chaos, right? Like phones are not working that well. A lot of basic stuff when you type is not working that well, creating a lot of frustration. Some videos you can't even pause, and you don't even sometimes feel like you have the choice when you are watching videos online of what's going to come. You pray and you hope that the algorithm is going to bring you back to another video, but a lot of this is unintentionally. So today I'm going to share about energy fields and how you have to strengthen your energy field so that it's sovereign and it's powerful, it is confident, and you influence reality, right? You co create reality versus feeling like something external is actually creating reality for you. In this case, let's call it Frankenstein, right? Profit with ease in an economy that is trying to enslave humanity, people. Like I'm not exaggerating, really. It wants you to be so dependent and helpless that it's creating a push and a frequency for more people to be entrepreneurs, right? But then the gap is that they're trying to make you feel like you're going to need the Frankenstein to do absolutely everything. So a lot of these companies are taking away choice. And that is one to I want to address, okay? Choice. There's a lot of places in the world where there's no choice, like people like don't have the same choice as other freer countries. And with that being said, I am aware, and what the best thing that we can do is put on our mask and get to know more of what's actually happening, right? You're made in the image, like the Bible says. I work with people with different religions. I'm a Christian. The Bible says, greater things you shall do. Okay. And this is important to know because you are powerful, and so much of it works through frequency. Wi Fi is a frequency. Your angels communicate through a frequency whenever you're asking for help. You ask for help, it's like a grid, right? Like there's news about like a grid coming out of the earth, like the ocean right now. Let's think about frequency and manifestation. So, or co creation. So, you are emitting frequency. What you don't know is that choice emits frequency or not. Emotions emit frequency. And this is not all innocent when they're trying to make you feel like you're going to have to depend on a bot. Even search engines are actually taking away choice. So, what do you do when all of this is happening? Well, you grow stronger in your energetic field. And how do you do that? You don't get like 40 billion different crystals, right? Although that can help because there's frequency there. And as you know, the what you do is that you strengthen your energetic field through your emotions and your consciousness. Okay? And this will help you profit with ease because your frequency is saying, I'm powerful, I'm confident, I'm capable, and you're not dipping your consciousness to one of fear, of panic, of despair, and of neediness and codependency, and that you have no choice. So, on the external, on the 3D, you might try to fight. You might try to fight the system. You might try to call them out, right? We all want to do that. We've all felt rage whenever we couldn't, or something when we couldn't pause a video, when we couldn't do what we wanted, or when we have to talk to a bot on the phone, and or when we see companies like, conference companies like online conference where they are like, oh, we will record whatever you're doing there, and we're going to use it so that Frankenstein can learn, right? And you're like, wow, you don't even value humanity. And that's the point, because a lot of the people that are behind this are narcissistic, okay? And it's an antisocial thing, and they want you to enslave. They want to act like they're God, and they want you to take away your power. So, the first thing to profit with these is that you got to understand that your field and what you are believing actually impacts frequency matter. It can inspire people or it can control people. Now, what you want it to do is to inspire. You want it to be ultra on community and building and helping people believe in their power, because everybody is made in an image and likeness of the creator. And we got to stop looking at this as woo woo, but also maybe look at it as science and understand that there's great power in working on your field. And this is critical because it's not just like, oh, I need to study what Frankenstein is doing. I need to study this new product. I need to study this new course. You sometimes are kind of losing a little bit of your soul here. So why do I keep talking about emotions? It's because, and remember, I have an opportunity for you to work there. It's my program, Profit with Ease, where I help you strengthen your auric field and resonance. So when you are full, like, this is the issue at hand. The issue with Frankenstein is that you are asking it issues regarding your love life, your emotional state. It is reading you, it knows your addictions, it knows, and they're also feeding you addictions through food, through different things to get you to a helpless, powerless space where you feel like you genuinely have no choice, or you feel disoriented, or you go into fight, freeze, fawn, fight. So, what you want is to have all of your senses to you. I recommend that you become more aware, more intuitive, more confident. And how do you do that? Well, you have to know that uh, Frankenstein knows, and the narcissistic people behind it, right? Because Frankenstein is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's the consciousness with which it's created and the energy that it's put into. So, the first message that I get to share with you from Archangel Michael, from God, is to, and please, I know sometimes people get triggered when I mention one or the other in what order. I have a sensitivity. This is just my personal thing. I don't like to feel like I'm preaching. But of course the message comes from God. Um, and I don't want to just like I don't want people to feel like I'm preaching, you know what I mean? Or that I don't want to make it about that. Like, for whoever resonates, it's gonna land. I don't do any witchcraft or any work on people or anything of this sort. I don't take away your free will. I become more intuitive by working on consciousness, on clearing work through kinesiology, through light work, just blasting away energetic influence on my field. And this is actually very real. And I've helped people for more than 12 years on this. So, and I want to show you how, because I'm not trying to preach or make myself better. I want to show you how, because this is a safer world the more you are in your power. So the issue at hand is that these people that are wiring up Frankenstein know your addictions. They're creating your addictions, and they want to make you feel helpless. And part of it is on an emotional space. And did you know that most people only want to work on their emotions when they feel like some degree of pain or loss? Do you know that a lot of women, for example, have a lot of loathing when it comes to working on themselves because there's a lot of pride? So, pride comes before the fall. So sometimes you're hearing from somebody, you're like, why do I need to learn from somebody? That is taught, that it's antisocialness that you're being taught. And in that, you are susceptible to being manipulated, because if they can turn you into an island, if they can boost your ego so that you're prideful about learning, then you are manipulatable. Okay. But I want you to think about this. Frankenstein actually learns everything that there is to know about you without emotion. So you got to get to a point of neutrality first and foremost when it comes to learning, because or else your emotions get the best of you. These emotions are despair, their anger, their hate, their frustration, their helplessness. There's victimization, there is wrongness, like there's so many things. So even like think about like Dr. Himoto's work, right? Where you bless the water with consciousness or with emotions. The same thing is happening in your field, and you've been making choices. You've been making thousands of choices over the years, and a lot of them is what you're being influenced to do online, through the videos and through the subliminal messages that are behind the videos. So you have to master choice. And if you start to master a more positive choice, your field becomes more congruent. And it's not just a positivity towards you, because that can still be antisocial, right? It's a positivity towards the world and towards others. It doesn't mean that you're naive. It doesn't mean that you have to study like obsessively narcissistic personality and all of that kind of stuff. You want to be aware that these energies exist, but you want to build the positivity of your field where you're willing to influence and not try to dominate people or try to compete with them. And that allows you to profit with ease because more people believe and trust in you. So there's other things that I can share with you about this. For example, you can influence Frankenstein in such a way where the videos on your feed are actually educational, they are inspiring, and they actually profit you. You don't even realize how many things that you watch online actually are meant to drain you and to make you doubt the world and to doubt other people. You have to pay attention. Like, they don't even give you a filter on how to watch your videos. They just make you want to get kind of guess. A lot of influencers, quote unquote influencers, have a bunch of followers, but they're not necessarily making the money, or they quote unquote profit out of making you fear anxiety and stress or addiction. So all good. I respect people that, are influencers and everything. I'm sending you much love. If you really want to profit, if you're an influencer, if you have a company, if you feel the guidedness to become an entrepreneur in this time, you got to love people and you got to love yourself, not just be prideful about your learning or do it out of survival. Your field, when it's more coherent, congruent, attracts what you want. And that's when your manifestations or your co-creations start to land in your lap. And I'm telling you very clearly, and I'm going to repeat this, you can actually influence Frankenstein to your favor. The message that God, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael want to say to you, and Archangel Gabriel, is that pray over it, okay? Bless it, visualize it doing good things for you. You might need to do more work on, ensuring that your field is more trusting of getting your outcome, no matter what, regardless of the environment. Because if they are trying to control the environment, control economies, right? Then your energy can start to shrink. You might start to feel, and it doesn't help you if other people are starting to feel helpless. That's why you want to build a community where you can influence matter, influence frequency, and you get what you want in a integrity based way, right? So in my program Profit with Ease, I teach you how to, and I take you through clear work, kinesiology based and angelic light based work. If you believe in Jesus, you can, I can, like, Jesus is there, okay? Like, it's not like just the angels. I want to make that very clear. Or if you believe in a particular ascended master, you can connect with that. Like, this is about love. This is about truth. This is about enlightenment. This is about peace and bringing heaven to earth. So when people are trying to control you and take away your resources, you connect more to God because God is your source, not the people who are trying to act like God, and you're really abundant and you help the community prosper. So this program, what it will do, it will help you manifest with ease, manifest your profit with ease, attract your ideal customers, regardless of the economy, without you feel like you have to chase or that you have to adapt to AI, but you can, Frankenstein, you can actually bless Frankenstein to work in your favor. You first have to be neutral about it and bless it for the good, and ensure that your field doesn't have holes of addictions because they're trying to hook you through an addiction. And when they get you to watch too many videos that are short form, your brain starts to kind of like short circuit and you start to have less hope of what you can have, and you start to doubt more. You want to get congruent in your energetic field. If you have any questions about what it looks like, you can send me an email. And there's two opportunities. One comes with 4 private sessions with me where we clear. We also have support over a voxer, which is a private messaging system where you and I can connect. It's $5,000 plus 10 clearing sessions and group sessions. And there's also the option for just to do it in group, and it's 1,800 US dollars. Once you sign up, you will get it within 12 hours, business hours, central, and like 8 to 5:30 p.m. And you can look up testimonials as well. You have influence. Like, I used to feel drained sometimes watching TikTok or stuff like that, but once I start to clear the frequency and the subliminal energy that the not the app, but the videos per se were sending to me, and some of it was telling me that I couldn't trust myself. I actually started to feel better, and I was able to influence it, and now I actually have a very happy experience. So be mindful, because they're trying to manipulate you through frequency. So you have to become adept to frequency and choose goodness for yourself. Because when you choose a higher emotion state or a higher frequency state, you delete holes in your field, and you're sovereign, and people cannot manipulate you. All right, like the kind of war that's happening right now, it's more frequency based, but it doesn't have to be war. It just means that you're willing to adapt to any climate, to any economy, and you're not willing to sacrifice your humanity, your standards, your love for people, and your love for yourself. So I hope that this is connecting with you. The information is going to be below. We're starting on June 28th, and I would love to see you there. And if you have more questions, please let me know and comment, share, send it over email to people, because it will actually help. Okay, so a lot of it is leading to mania and to hopelessness and to depression, and that is not okay. So if even if you're curious about some of the frequencies that Frankenstein is sending to you, like through these apps, I'm going to give you the option. I can send you a list of the emotions and the things that are I noticed that Frankenstein is sending to you, with like over 10 things, and for you to release them, and I'm going to give you some instructions for you to clear it yourself as well if you want, and you can do that for $200. Right? Let's become aware, not superstitious, and powerful, and know that only God is our source. So I'm going to leave it like that. Sending you much love. You deserve to profit without feeling like you have to have a bot, or that you have to do a bunch of short form videos where you stress people out. You deserve to profit no matter what. And the way that you do that is because you believe in people and you believe in yourself, and you know that you have power. Okay. So if you don't know something, they can hurt you. But if you are aware of it, you can start to change it. And that's the empowerment message that I would like for you to share with you today. Okay.